Well, you shut Newton out for 5 quarters, but this year they really had something else, another gear in them tonight. Talk about, did you expect this to be this close, and just talk about the battle and coming out on top tonight.
Oh, yeah, in the playoffs, you expect every game to be close. He's done a great job with that team, and they got some good players, and they did a good job of getting the ball in their hands and trying to find ways to get them in the end zone. So, we expected it to be a dogfight. We didn't want it to be that close, but you guys survive and advance in the playoffs.
What's up? What's with your second half performances this year? What was the locker room like, and tell me about the response there in the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't change anything. We just, we drove the field the first half and just couldn't put it in the end zone, and had some key penalties that put us in long situations when we're driving. And then, defense had played pretty well the first half besides one play. And then second half, third quarter, I thought was really good on both sides of the ball. And then obviously that fourth quarter, we let them get back in it. Had a couple more drives where we're driving and don't score. So. You got to finish those drives to put teams away, and we didn't, and that gave them a chance late, but we made some plays to make it happen.
Yeah, talk about specifically one of those plays. We've seen it before, but Jay Shank comes up with it to block that PAT.
Yeah.
Obviously huge.
Oh, yeah, that was huge. I mean, it gave us the opportunity to try to eat the clock and just control the ball, and get it all the way down the field. And we're in that situation where we have to decide whether to knee it and give them the ball back for one big play or try to score and see what happens. And it was one of those guessing games, so luckily it worked out for us.
Talk about Josh tonight. Wyatt Lang's down with a shoulder injury. Josh comes in and just kind of shows what he's got. I mean, the grit and determination, is that kind of what you thought you'd get out of him? We've seen it in the past, but just talk about his performance a little bit and how poised and leader, he just led that team.
Yeah, absolutely. We've always had call it the Rose Dozer package, kind of like we used to do at OU with Bell, but he's always been a good quarterback. It's just he's had Wyatt there to compete with, and he played very hard tonight, ran very hard, did a great job leading, and gave us a chance to win in advance. And who knows what will happen next week? We'll see what happens.
And then late in that fourth quarter, Don Boone is just running his tail off. Talk about, he's a defensive star for you, but he's got some wheels, huh?
Yeah, he's just a tough kid.
Yeah.
And coming in the year, we wanted to try some different guys at running back after losing Isaiah, and he was one that we kind of put in there all summer and looked pretty good there, and had some good runs for us tonight. And he's just such a tough kid. You have to use him when you can.
I'm looking back, I think you have to go back to 1998 that you've actually played 10 games. Let's talk about, now we're going back and back and back, further into history. Talk about this team and what it's done this year and playing this 10th game. What's that like?
That we talked about all week. We busted out our history books that we give them every year on Monday, and we showed them, and we showed them what we were working for this week, and they went out and got it. And so it's, no matter who you beat, to play in November is special, and we're going to enjoy it and try to survive next week as well.
It just doesn't happen very often for very many teams. We'll talk about, we know the opponent's going to be Maize. You get to play him here. Talk about your opponent next.
I've seen a little bit of scout film on them, that we've had some common opponents. They have a special running back, I know that, but I don't know a whole lot, but I know it'll just be another dogfight and another team we can compete against, but another team, if we don't play well, we won't beat. So we'll just have to be ready to play and enjoy the moment. Regardless of what happens, these seniors earning this week 10, they need to enjoy it and hope to make it last longer.
How do you enjoy it? I know those guys, this feels good to them, but you really can't let down too much this week in practice and stuff. Do you take some time to just kind of breathe a sigh of relief and then go after it, or you just can't stay on them?
Yeah, we'll just approach it like every other game. We give our kids the weekend off, so they get plenty of time to enjoy the victory and kind of wind down. But we'll approach it like any other game as far as our week schedule, and just tell them to soak it up and try to do everything we can to get another win.
Awesome, very good.
All right.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Caleb.